Did you know your Cricut can create decor that looks custom and high-end using nothing but simple vinyl? I grabbed a few rolls of vinyl and my Cricut machine and headed to my kids' bathroom to give the space a fun makeover, and these ideas are way easier to do than they look. First up, this awkward little wall right by the bathroom doorway felt a little plain and boring, and I wanted to add something fun without committing to wallpaper. So I found a cute starburst design and resized it into 3 different sizes. Then I loaded up a super long 48-inch canvas in Cricut Design Space and filled it with as many starbursts as I could fit. Once all of the excess vinyl was removed, I simply peeled each starburst off the backing and stuck them directly onto the wall. No measuring, no complicated pattern, I just eyeballed the spacing as I went until the wall felt full. And I love how this project turned out. It seriously looks like wallpaper, and it's such a quick and easy way to make a big impact without painting or wallpapering your entire room. Then I noticed this outlet next to the sink looked a little bit boring, so of course, we had to fix that too. I quickly designed this simple scallop shape using a rectangle outlined with half circles, then cut it out on shimmery silver vinyl. I removed the outlet cover, applied the decal directly onto the wall, and screwed the outlet cover right back on top. And I love this little detail so much. It's subtle, but the scalloped edges peeking out from behind the outlet plate make it feel custom and unexpected. Since I already had my Cricut out, I designed a simple "You look great" phrase in a cute font, then used the curved tool in Design Space to give those words a slight arch. I cut that design out of blue vinyl and then weeded the extra vinyl away, then used transfer tape to move the phrase onto the mirror. And how cute is this mirror? Such a fun little surprise that's guaranteed to make my kids smile every morning. And honestly, adults probably need that reminder on their mirrors too. Wouldn't it be fun to try this with a really bright pop of color too? These vinyl projects are a fun way to personalize your home without spending a ton of money. And the best part, if you ever want to change things up later, vinyl is really easy to remove. Which one of these projects are you going to try first?
Today, I will be showing you how to make a personalized doormat, which is perfect to add a little bit of customization to your home or spice up your decor for the holidays. Here is Design Space. I have already designed a cut file. I drew a rectangle in here. It's 16 by 24 inches, just so I could figure out how big I wanted my writing, but we're actually going to delete that before I cut. So this is just a reference rectangle. And then what I do is I zoom out so I can see my entire mat, and I just eyeball it so it's kind of in the center so that when I make my stencil, I have enough room around so that I don't have to worry about the paint going over the edges. So I'm going to browse all materials. On Cricut, there is a setting for freezer paper. So we're going to select that. So again, there's 2 sides to the freezer paper. There's that waxy coated side and the dull side. So we'll want to make sure to put the waxy side down on the cutting mat. After your material is on your mat, you're going to load it into your machine. And then when it's ready, you'll click the flashing C. So once your cutting machine is done cutting, you will have something that looks like this. You kind of just have to use your fingers, or tweezers works really well. Now to take it off the cutting mat, it is kind of a challenge if you don't use heat resistant transfer tape. So this is a sheet of basically tape that we're going to cover our image with and then transfer it onto our mat. Smooth it out, kind of burnish it on with our hands, and then we're going to flip it over and peel it off. You can see that those inside letters are on there, and we're going to transfer it onto our mat. And then while you're measuring it out, you'll want to power on your iron or your easy press, and I just heat mine up to 310 degrees. Once your easy press or iron is hot enough, you're just going to place it in each section, and I just heat mine for 30 seconds, and again, that's a made-up setting, so I just kind of feel it out and see what transfers the best. So after you've used your iron or easy press, we are going to use these little pins, and that will help hold down my freezer paper since it's not completely stuck on. We're just going to peel back the transfer tape and kind of hold down our stencil. But this is really just to get our stencil in almost perfect position. So now that your mat is all prepped and ready to go, after you pin it, you want to make sure to take your easy press or iron and just kind of go over it one more time to make sure all your pieces are in there. And now we have our paintbrush and our paint, and we're just going to start painting. So I just kind of ice it in like I'm icing a cake, very thick. And then I take my paintbrush and just kind of push it down into the mat. And I think that's why my mats hold up so well, is because it's not just sitting on the surface. It's really going down into the fibers of the mat. And I do at least 2 coats, sometimes 3, depending on what I'm using the mat for. Is it going outside? Is it an indoor mat? And after you are completely done painting, you're going to peel it off. I typically don't let it dry completely. I peel it while it's still wet, so I have a trash bag ready to go to drop my scraps in so that it doesn't get everywhere. So we're gonna start by taking the insides of the letters out and then peeling away the rest of the stencil. Now the moment of truth, we're gonna do the big piece, and you'll notice that I'm just throwing the pins in the trash with it. Oh, I have some inside pieces I missed. All right, so there is our final mat. I will let this dry overnight and then I'll put it outside so that we can see what it looks like. And if there's any little fibers. All right, here is a look at my doormat outside of my house. I'm loving how it feels, and I love that I can create another one if I want to change up the saying or if I want to create some seasonal decor.
Let's apply some cute flower decals to this plain glass pitcher. To do that, I simply printed out some flower and greenery decals on some permanent vinyl. I used a weeder tool to remove the excess vinyl and then placed some transfer tape on top of it. I smoothed the transfer tape down with a scraper tool and then carefully peeled the backing off of the vinyl design. Then to adhere it to the pitcher, I placed the design with the transfer tape down onto the pitcher and again used the scraper tool to firmly place it. I carefully peeled off the transfer tape and repeated this process over and over again until the glass pitcher was filled with pretty flowers and greenery.
So today we are going to be cutting out a vinyl decal, so basically a big sticker, and applying it to this cabinet door frame. The canvas is really where you get to design whatever you want. We're going to click on that and just type out our words. Once I'm done, I'm going to click Make It. It will give me a note that it's larger than 11.5 long because my word is so tall. And you can see that it puts it on this mat. This is a preview of the mat, the cutting mat that I'm going to use to put my vinyl on. And then we're going to click Continue and connect to our machine. So right now you can see that this pops up and it says set your material. I don't see the exact material I'll be using, so I'm going to click Browse Materials and I'm going to search for Premium, since I know my vinyl is called Premium Outdoor Vinyl. Once you find the material you're using, you can click that and select it and then click Done. So I have my materials on my desk, and this is the Premium Vinyl. It's permanent and glossy, so I know that it will hold up, and I can just insert my fingers into the tube and twist until it's ready to come out. We're gonna load that onto a cutting mat. So I just like to unroll about 1 inch of my material and stick it onto the sticky portion of my mat and bring it all the way down. On the machine side, you are going to take your mat and load it under these little white clips, and while still holding onto your mat, click the load button. Now this will take about 3 minutes to cut. So after you unload your vinyl from your machine cutting mat, there are cut lines on the material, and you're going to use a little pointy tool called the weeding tool and peel away the negative space. And you can continue doing that until your image looks like what you saw on the screen. So here is my final weeded project, and you can see that the Cricut can cut such small, detailed numbers and letters. There is a thing called transfer tape, and we are going to apply the transfer tape on top and then transfer our image. And then you'll just peel back and just stick it right onto your design. And I'm just going to burnish that on top. And burnishing is just applying the tape to the vinyl so that it stays on, especially these tiny little letters and numbers, because those have such small surface area. We really want to make sure those stick on there. So once you're done burnishing, you're going to grab your board and your vinyl decal. And what you're going to do is grab a piece that is longer than the width of your design. And using your best judgment, you can measure to see where you like your design. So what we're going to do is peel back the transfer tape. Make sure that you don't lose any numbers like that. So once you're peeled back all the way, you are going to trim away the little side liner. And now we're going to slowly press back our design. I like this method. We call it the hinge method in the crafting world. The tape being the hinge and then being able to fold back. That way you're not just putting your vinyl down and hoping that it's straight. You can kind of mess with it and finagle a little bit so that it's nice and straight. And using my scraper tool, I'm just going to press this down. And then for the little baby numbers and letters, you want to make sure to go pretty slow and really burnish and cover up all of the letters because, again, the surface area is so small. So I just want to make sure that those are really on there. And then the fun part, the reveal. So you're going to peel off the transfer tape. So while this is still kind of halfway on, I'm going to cover up one side of my transfer tape so I can use it again. And then I'm going to keep on peeling back. So our project was so super easy and pretty affordable. Again, my little shelf was only $3, and then I just needed the vinyl and the transfer tape. A really, really simple, easy project in terms of crafting, especially when you know the hinge method.